Welcome to the Vets Show. At the top, I have, he says the best goalkeeper in Southern, in the Southern Vets Football League, Brother Gary. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
And next to the best keeper in Southern Vets, I have the wizard, Chris Hubbs. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, thank you, sir. Good evening, both of you.
Good stuff. And let me introduce myself, the best grassroots football in Vets. Oh, hold on. Sorry.
That's grassroots football.
Sorry. Hold on.
What's that? An age and all that, or
he's a football now.
It's just football in general.
Yeah, so we can kick him around.
Mad.
The best centre back in grassroots football.
In grassroots,
yours truly.
Just vets, or
let me kind of give people a chance. Let me just say vets. So
I'm happy that you're giving people a chance. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I think all the viewers are happy that you're giving them a chance as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm only saying vets. I'm not. There's some young goalkeepers. I'm not putting my talents up against. I can honestly say they're better than me. I.e., Big G. He's better than me. So I've said it. So you know what I mean. I'm staying in my lane.
So we have a few topics that we'll be going over, but we're going to go straight into it. We are going to talk about all of the divisions the teams have been confirmed in their divisions respectively. So we're going to go from 5 all the way up to the Premier League. So let's start from 5. So these are the teams in Division 5. We have Green Court Vets, we have Gravesham Borough, Hayden Youth Vets. We have the Super Vets from LSU, Long Lane, Longlands Athletic, Peps Wood, Seymour. Is that Slade Green Knights and Wallenham Super Vets? Do you guys know any of these teams?
I know a little bit about Long Lane. I've played against them a few times a number of seasons ago. If I'm not mistaken as well, Tabrice, they were in Division 2 last season and they folded, and it looks like they've started again by the looks of it, and the league's made them start off again from the bottom division by the looks of it. But they were in Division 2 last year, but like I said, they folded. So,
okay, cool.
I just know a bit about, obviously, LSU, Super Vets, obviously, being with LSU last year. I think I might have played a game or two for them when needed, but yeah, I just know that they were obviously connected to LSU.
I know Long Lane were in Division 2 last season, but they folded. So I think they've started from the bottom. But again, it's just great that Long Lane are still in the division. No matter what ability or what level, it's just good just to, see Long Lane still in the league. So, yeah. Let's go to Division 4. So we have SP Athletic, Orpington, Old Peps, Long Lane Vets, London South Seniors, Guru Nanak, Crayford, is that Claygate, Chipstead, Bolden Sports, and is that Wall Canovians Youth? Apologies if I've butchered your name. Do you guys know any of these teams here?
Once again, I know Old Peps. I've played against them once in the Beckenham Hospital Cup. We played them in the semi-finals 2 seasons ago. And they seem to be a pretty decent side, if I'm honest.
Yeah, obviously, again, London South, obviously I know them. I think I played against Old Peps in a cup for LSU. I think it was last year. Well, yeah, last season. Played a cup game against them. Yeah, they were decent. I think they had a couple of players missing. But, yeah, no, they weren't too bad when I played against them.
I remember, I think the manager and a couple of their players from Old Peps came onto the show last season. So big shout out to
Oh, okay.
or Peps. Let's go to Division 3. We have Blaine. Is it Blaine Hill Vets?
Blythe.
Blind.
Sorry, Blind. Sorry, apologies. We have Bromley FC. We have Farnborough, Who Vets, Independent Second Team, LSU Mavericks, Seagas Super Vets, Seymour Villa Vets, Southeast Athletic Vets Seconds, Sporting Club Thames Mead, and is that
Westerham.
Westrum.
Is it Westerham?
No, Westrum.
Are they called Westrum?
Westrum Veteran Seniors.
Oh,
Western
Westrum.
Seniors.
Oh, okay, yeah. Makes sense.
So, what about any teams in this division?
I've played against Blythe Hill before. I've played against Bromley before. Seymour Villa I've played against as well. And like Chris, the LSU Mavericks, I know them just like I know the others in the other leagues as well.
Yeah, same. LSU. Don't really know much about the other teams.
Sorry, I know a few players in the independent side as well, because obviously they've part of the first. Well, you might as well say they're the second team of independent.
Yeah. Bromley, what I can remember, that they're a very physical team, very, very, very organized. Of course, independent, I kind of know a few of their players there. Mavericks, I don't know any of the players from the Mavericks. Who else? Southeast Athletic, again, a very physical team. They do not give you time to like settle. So again, I think Division 3 is going to be a very, very interesting league. Let's go to Division 2. We have is that Barnethurst? Barnehurst Vets. Then we have Catford Wanderers, Old Boys. Then we've got Crowgas Phoenix. Then we have Cudham. We have X Blues. We have Greenwich Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
We have Norwood Lakers. Is that Parkwood?
Parkwood
Rangers, yeah.
Parkwood. Riverview.
Yeah.
Warren Athletic and West Wickham.
Yeah.
West Wickham. Do you guys know any of these teams?
Yeah, Cudham United. Cudham. They used to be up there in the Division 1 and Division 2, so they've obviously dropped down a few divisions. Norwood Lakers, I know. Yes, I think it's just them two.
I think if I'm correct, Barnehurst are a new team.
It looks like it, yeah.
I think Barnehurst are a new team. I know Barnehurst.
And Riverview. Riverview's a new team as well.
Don't know much about Riverview, but Barnehurst they've got a good setup. They've got a few good players. I think they'll be there. I think they could be there or whereabouts in the league. I know possibly 2 or 3 of their players that play for them. So they'll be quite good. And if I'm correct, they'll end up playing out of Meridian. They usually play on the main pitch of Meridian sometimes. So,
cool. We will now go up to Division 1. We have Kamazi Strikers, Bohemians Vets. Is that Greenway Acres?
Bromlians. They're called Bromlians. Bromlian Vets. You've got Greenways. You've got Kingdale, Southeast Athletic Vets, Sporting Croydon Vets, Sydenham Sports Vets, Warlingham Vets B, and War Boys
Wanderers. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it's so small. My eyesight's not particularly great.
Get your glasses on, mate.
That's what I was
So what about
2-for-1 at Specsavers.
You might be. They're doing free eye tests as well. Have a look.
Oh boy, I definitely need it. I definitely need it. Do you guys know any teams in this division?
I played against Kingsdale before and Sydenham Sports. You know, they're a good team. I like them.
The only team I know is my guys, that Kamazi. Big up Kamazi. That's my guys right there. I just know that they obviously had a great season last year. I think they ever did the double. A league and cup, I think they did. So they had a good season last year. They'll be there aware, but I know James the Gaffer, top guy, and I know that they've got a good team. A lot of them would have played, if I'm correct, a lot of them would have played for Kamazi, if I'm right, when they were in like the Metropolitan League and stuff like that, because some of them might be slightly older now. But they're a good team. They've got a very, very good setup, man.
Yeah. Kingsdale, I know, played against Kamazi in a friendly last week. It was a 1-1 draw. Sydenham Sports as well.
Did you start or was you sub?
I started.
Okay.
But I didn't finish the game.
What happened?
I came off injured.
Well, the best centre back.
Yeah, you know what? Like sometimes, like the kind of best centre back needs to let other people.
What happened? Did you come off injured or did you get subbed off?
No. I came off
tired.
No. You know what? Like
man's in denial. He doesn't want. But you know what, Chris? He's in denial. He doesn't want to. He thinks
that's why he's lucky. That's why he's lucky. The league's up on the front of the screen, so no one sees his face.
Exactly.
You know what? Let me just shout out Kamazi. However, there was some logistical nonsense that was happening, and we were supposed to be playing on 4G, but somehow it was double booked, and then we played on like the grass pitch that was just bumpy. It was hard. There was divots everywhere. It was, it was just awful. Honestly, like, let me just say, in a friendly, we were playing with Gaelic goals.
Wow.
That's, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, Kamazi and my guys, I love Gaffer James, but Gaffer James, you have to take the L on this one. You have to take the L.
Are you going to take the L for coming off as well? Though?
Yeah, but you know what? Like, you see, grounds like that, that's my kryptonite. You know what I mean? So,
but you're the best centre back, so you should be able to deal with it. Just saying.
Don't make excuses.
No, you know, I'm not making excuses. You know, literally, I came off. I came off about maybe 60 minutes in or something.
Respect it. Well done.
So yeah, like it is what it is. But again, it was a good, it was a good game, and it was played in a great spirit as well.
Fair enough.
Let's go to the championship now. This is where it gets very interesting. Greenwich Borough. Is that Bolton Sports? Is that Dynamo?
Dynamo. Johnson and Phillips, London South, United Legends, Metro Gas, New Park, SP Athletic, and is that Seagas? Seagas.
Okay, gets interesting now. What do you guys think about teams in this division?
Obviously, I know that. Right, let me start off with Metro Gas. Yeah, so if we're correct, they folded last season. Yeah,
they were in your they're in the
so
top division.
They technically folded, gave up. They gave up their games and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just said that Long Lane did the same thing.
That's what they did, Chris. They
right,
did.
So how have Long Lane ended up so far down the league, whether they've asked for it or not? But how come they've ended up so far down, but Metro Gas are able to go straight into the championship, knowing that they gave up the league and they've done it more than once?
Metro Gas shouldn't be in Division 2, in my opinion.
I don't think they should be in there.
They shouldn't be there. You've got to remember, they were in Division 1. They said they folded, yeah? If they're going to go in Division 2, what the league needs to do then is reinstate the teams in Division 1 back with the points that Metro Gas, for the Metro Gas game, and leave the league how it was originally. LSU's were champions, Wallingham were runners-up, and Hollington was third. That's how it was, yeah? So, but if they folded, they should be in Division 5 just like Long Lane.
Or so, yeah, somewhere down there. I don't think that's fair.
It's not fair to other teams. I can see a few things that's not fair. I mean, there's this new team Dynamo. This new team Dynamo shouldn't be in the championship. Greenwich Borough FC, AFC, they shouldn't be in the championship either. These teams have walked into Division 2 and they've done, it's like the league has done no different to what they've done with Jarkole. You start one division below. That's how it looks to me.
Right. So unless the only thing I can think of is that, so Greenwich Borough I know are a full new team, right? So don't know how the league are somehow putting them into the championship straight away. Because if I'm correct, a lot of them were either involved or something to do with Glebe. And obviously Glebe folded and gave up the league. Either, was it last year or the year before? So they folded out of the league. If the only thing I can think of was Hollington, what league was the other Hollington Vets in?
Hollington Vets.
No, what were the other?
I think it was Division 3, if I'm not mistaken.
So they were in Division 3, right? Oh, okay. So no, the only thing I'm just trying to put two and two together, whether Dynamo have taken over from that. But again, if Dynamo, and I know, listen, Dynamo are my friends. I've got a lot of boys that I know that play for them. But for me, I just feel like it's a bit unfair on other teams if they were trying to go up, if they're getting added straight to the championship. Listen, it's better for the football, as in if they get promoted, they go up, okay, makes the league better. But at the same time, I don't think it's fair on other teams that are missing out if them three are getting put straight into that league with the opportunity of going straight up to, what's it called now, the Premiership?
The Premier League.
So that's just my opinion.
But I mean, like you've said, you actually know a lot of the players from Dynamo, so we can have to assume that these players are quality. What's the point in them starting in Division 5 and slapping teams?
So Tabriz, hold on a minute, Tabriz. What do you mean? What's the point? Crayford One-Bells had decent players. Peckham Town had decent players. The league made them start in Division 5. Dynamo, I've got nothing against Dynamo, nothing against Greenwich Borough or none of these teams. But why should they get special treatment? Because that's how it looks. Yeah. That they're getting special treatment. And they shouldn't be in the championship. If they're not going to be in Division 5, at least go to Division 3 or something. But to put them straight one division below the Premier is wrong. Because
you got to earn your stripes, no?
That's right.
We had a discussion about you and Catford. You and Catford going up, right? You got to earn your stripes to get promoted. And the fact of the matter is that like I said, they're my friends, and I know a few of them. But for me, it only makes sense if the league, and it's more like not even down to them. It's more like down to the league. They might have asked the league, can we go into this division? The league are going, yeah, go on then, because like you said, they've got good players. But the fact of the matter is, if the league do things properly, then they should be starting a couple of leagues down to then get promoted up. Let's put it this way, right? If they go into Division 3 and they absolutely annihilate Division 3, right, and go unbeaten, and invincibles, don't lose a game, right, and win a cup or something like that, I'll go, all right, cool. They can get promoted straight up. But to come in and not have, because remember, you're not coming in with the name of someone else. You're not coming in with that. You're coming in with the name of Dynamo. At the moment, Dynamo have no outstanding results or no outstanding proof of what they've done. So how can you justify putting them into that league? And the same with Greenwich Borough. How can you justify putting them in a league if they have nothing to back what they've done?
They can't justify it.
Because I can go. So what you're saying then, T is I can go and make a team, right? I can just go out and make a team, call it, I can call it Kickabout FC, right? I can just go and grab all my friends who are now vets footballers and just go out. Cool, we're gonna make a team. Go to the league and say, right, I want to be in the championship or the Prem, and they're gonna turn around and go, yeah, cool, because I've got ballers. That makes no sense. That's unfair. When you've got other teams that are grafted, Kamazi, I don't know if Kamazi want to go up, but let's use them for example. They won the double last year. They won the double, and they're in the league below these guys.
And they should be rightfully given an opportunity before any of them.
And they should be in the championship first.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's just politics. It's who you know in that league. It's who you know, who you get on well with. You know what I mean? But there is no way they should be there. No way whatsoever.
And like I said, this is not bad. This is not going against them. Look, at the end of the day, they're putting the league. It is what it is. They might shut us up. They might be up there and whatever. But if we're looking at rules, and rules are rules, they should start off lower down.
Exactly.
Okay, it's an interesting conversation. Let's kind of look out for the results in the championship.
Yeah, definitely. And look, as I said, Greenwich Bar, Dynamo. If you guys are going to watch this, listen, you guys are my peoples, but I've just got to state what's like what the rules are, man, and we just got to be honest.
It's right. It's not. You're not being against. You're not being saying anything horrible against them. You're just talking facts. And the fact of the matter is, Greenwich Borough and Dynamo shouldn't be there.
And Metrogas. Let's put
right? No, Metrogas is the main culprit.
Yeah.
Metrogas should not be there.
They should not be there.
If the league are gonna leave them there, then like I said, rightfully give the teams in Division 1, give them all back the points what they took from the various teams, yeah. And Wallingham are rightfully go back into the position they were originally, and that's like runners up. Also, T, just one more thing. Let's say, right, the top 3 up there. I know it's not going to finish in that thing, right? But let's use Greenwich Park. You know, Greenwich Park and I think they're going to have half decent players. Bowden will have decent good players. Dynamo are going to have good players, right? Now we all know that. One of the reasons why Metrogas dropped out of the league is because they couldn't commit and they couldn't get players up and they kept on getting beat every week, right? Or they struggled. What's to say that they don't? The same thing happens in this league because they're playing up against really good players, like you just said. And then they do the exact same thing. Oh, we can't commit and we fold again. Now, someone who's down below who will commit every week and play every week and now lost out on the space because these guys are somehow staying in the league one below. Makes no sense.
It's a very interesting topic, and I'm sure we won't.
It's like I said, it's who you know, bro.
Yeah,
if you know, if you understand, it's who you know.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. And let's go into the Premier League. Chris, can you help me out? Because literally my eyes are squinting, bro.
Yeah, go on. So you got Catford at the top.
The team that shouldn't be there.
You got FC Karuya. You got Hollerton. You got Independent, you got Leone Stars, you got London South Masters, you got Bow Street Runners, you got Sporting Santos, and you got Warningham.
Okay. So is there any teams there you think don't deserve to be in the
You know that. Don't keep
That's
exactly why you know who shouldn't be there, bro.
Yeah, you know that team right at the top, right up there, they shouldn't be in it.
You know what I mean? And the wickedest thing is they put in alphabetical order. They're top. I can't believe that.
Man, they should turn it around, Gary. What are you saying? They should turn it around, Gary, and put it.
Whoa.
No, let's be real. No, I don't think Catford deserved to be there for the exact same reason. You didn't finish in a position to get promoted. You finished 4th in the league. I'm assuming you didn't have a good run in the league. And I think you guys should have been made to play another season in the league below.
So then that means the top division will only have 8 teams.
But right now we've got 9. It's still uneven. You might as well just throw another team in there and make it 10.
Exactly.
So what difference does it make? You have 8 teams. You have 8 teams. You have 8 teams now. You still got an odd number, mate. You might as well throw another team in there.
Okay. Well, I mean, exactly what I said on the show. We won't give up points. And another thing that I also want to say, even last season in pre-season, when we were turning up with 7, 8, 9 players, we still played our fixtures. We went all the way to Summers, pre-season, all the way to Summers.
That's pre-season,
Stop talk about last season.
But you know what? No, but T, you can say all that, but we can say about other teams that will say the same thing. But when it comes to the season, their players don't turn up and they don't turn up the games. So I get your point. we're not saying you're going to give up points. Listen, at the end of the day, like you just said about the other teams, we'll know more about your season once we see the results and how you go. But if you're asking us the question, do you deserve to be in this league with these teams? No, you do not deserve to be in there. I think you should have
100% no.
You should have stayed in the league below, and you should be fighting it out with the teams below to prove a point to be in this division. Right now, you've jumped on a wave that's took you straight up here. Luckily, look, you've been offered. How else it? You've been offered. You've got the opportunity to come up. It is what it is. But
Chris, they wouldn't come. They wouldn't. Sorry to interrupt you, my friend.
No, go on.
They wouldn't have come up next season anyway, because what we know of Dynamo and Greenwich Borough FC, Catford ain't going to deal with these teams. Yeah. So they will be in that division for another season. So it's, in a sense, it's right that they take that invite, let's say, because they wouldn't have got it next. Now that I can see that Division 2 table, they would not have got it next this season coming. And that's me being straight with you. Whether you're the best centre half in grassroots football or not, you're not going to hold 11 men off against you, to breathe. So, you know what I mean?
To be fair to you, you've said you don't deserve to be in there, but okay, in your defence, you guys are never going to give up games. That's fine. That's fine. We don't expect you to give up games. We expect you to play. But at the end of the day, after the 90 minutes and where you stand in the table come the end of the season is where the proof is whether you deserve to be in there or not. And that's what I look forward to seeing.
Yeah, no, we will play, and literally we will literally get results. And again, I will say we will not be relegated.
Fair enough. Okay. We'll put a pin in it again. We'll put a pin in it.
Big statement, you know.
Put a big red pin in that one. We'll see.
Big statement.
So in terms of the renaming of the leagues, so from Premier all the way down to Division 5, do you guys like the whole Premier Championship rewording?
Why change something that ain't been broken?
Yeah, I don't see the point.
There's no need for it. So are we gonna have playoffs now?
What do you mean?
This is what I mean, because like we all know what the Premiership is. We also all know what the Championship is. Yeah, it's an idea that's been in place for many, many, many seasons. So why is a Vets football organisation going to steal an idea already in place? There's no need for it. Create your own ideas.
Yeah. Are you going to get a better trophy?
Yeah, exactly. Are you going to be? Are they going to play cup finals at better grounds?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These all. If you're going to change, if you're changing your name, then change your branding as well, and give people better grounds and better trophies, because you know what I mean. You're paying for those trophies. That's why I always say to people, it's nice to get to a final because you're seeing where your money goes. It's nice to win the league. You know what I mean, Chris? Because
100%.
£10 going each week. Yeah. So
is the league going to be run better now then?
Is the league run better? It's the Premier League. You've only got 8 teams in the Premier. That's a madness. You got more teams in lower divisions of this organisation than you have in the Premier League. So why just not leave it as Division 1? It was safer that way.
I'd like to know the thought process behind why it was rebranded. That's what I'd like to know. Why? What made them want to rebrand it? Was this brought to them by teams? Did teams come and approach them and say we need to rename the league? Is it more of an appeal and stuff like that? Like for me, if I'm going into a top division, I'm expecting it to be run slightly different. I'm expecting, I'm like being a footballer, and you're going to be expecting, I know it's difficult because it's only grassroots, but I'm expecting maybe possibly 3 officials, or I'm expecting an official to be on time. Like little things like that. But yeah, I'd like to know what the thought process behind it. Did they get approached, or did they just sit down and just think, let's rebrand it, let's go with this name and stuff like that? That's what I'd like to know. Like little things like that. I don't know who can inform us on that, but yeah, I'd like to know that.
Cool. Let's kind of talk about vets regarding playing certain teams. So, of course, we are like of an age where you would think we would be very mature about certain things. So, of course, there's the age, experience, and the emotional intelligence about certain things. And all like three of us have had conversations, and I want to be absolutely transparent with everyone that's watching. Gary and Chris actually had to check me, properly had to check me, and I had to kind of compute what they were saying and actually say, you know what, they were absolutely right in terms of what what like they were telling me. How hard is it for like you guys to like put your emotional side away from certain teams and certain individuals that you may not want to have conversations with, to actually play football against them, knowing that you don't want to overstep the mark and cost your team points?
It's difficult, isn't it? Like, obviously, we can always say be the bigger person, innit, at the end of the day, but it is very difficult depending on the situation. You kind of have to take that into like an understanding of what's happened. But if, for example, your team are fighting for the league, you're top of the league, or you're there or whereabouts, then you're coming up against a team that I have a player or a team that you're not really seeing eye to eye with, you don't get along with, and have an incident with. What's the point of jeopardizing what you could create or what you could earn from playing them and beating them possibly, then to turn around and go, we're not going to play them because of what happened last time? Do you get what I mean? Like, I think at some point, not just as men, but as adults in general, we have to come to a point where we just turn around and go, there's bigger things out there happening than this little bickery that we're having right now. Like, everyone will know, everyone already knows, there was an incident with, LSU and Independent, right? Now, the fact of the matter is, whatever happened, happened. Don't condone it, don't agree with it. I thought it was atrocious. But at the same time, what happens then when we play each other in the league? Do we just both turn around and go, we're not playing each other? And then we both just give up the points? No, because we both want to win the league. You both just got to kind of suck it up, get on with it after 90 minutes. Even if we don't talk to each other after that, you don't need to talk to each other. You know what I mean? We don't need to be friends like after. Just play 90 minutes, get the game over and done with. End of the day, for me, I think, for me personally, if I had an issue with someone playing against, and I played against them, the biggest win for me will be to play, win. If I score, it's even better, because then I can turn around with my head held high and be like, I'm the bigger person and I've got the result that I wanted. And then if they want to go off and moan about it or dwell on it after, it's up to them. But that's what I would do. I would go on the pitch and I'll be like, I'm coming for a result no matter what. I'm not going to hold anything against you. We're going to play the game. It is what it is. But the bonus for me will be getting that result and finishing the game as a winner. Because then I can walk around and be like, I've got the upper hand in a way.
Gary?
Well, this emotional intelligence thing, it comes with so many different elements. But with football, bloody hell, with regards to that, self-awareness, social awareness, social management, these things are required. Do you know what I mean? With regards to this, when I'm playing football anyway, I've got to have these things about me, because it can easily escalate. You can easily let your emotions run away with you and it escalates. I add another one to the mix: relationship management. Do you know what I mean? So there's 4 like examples I've just giving you there. And like I say, I take these things into the game with me. Don't always work, But I do tend to take these things into games with me.
What about you, T?
I kind of, I think when I was younger, when I was kind of going through like a really torrid time, football is still for me a release. But when I'm younger, it's easier. Well, it was easier just to pack things away. As I've got older and more responsibilities and whatnot, and again, like certain stresses just become bigger. Sometimes it's very hard to pack those emotions away. And then when there's a certain situation or certain teams or certain players that that are playing against you, for me personally, I kind of like when like people doubt my ability, they like doubt, that's kind of probably where I really revel in, like I like the pressure. Have I gone overboard in certain situations? 100%. And I think now, especially in Vets football, there's a very strong community where we all know someone that plays for a certain team. And of course, we can all hear whispers, no matter how old you are. Like, I mean, like it happens. Now, as a man, as an adult, I have to learn how to try and park those emotions and then use them correctly. That's going to be beneficial for my team. On Saturday, and and I'll be absolutely honest, I kind of slightly lost my temper, something that I don't normally do.
That's why you got taken off after 60 minutes.
We got him.
Oh,
well,
yeah, sorry, brother.
It's and I can definitely say, talking to like you guys, I did not, it wasn't my finest hour, and I apologized straight after the game. Whatever was going on in the game, hey, you know what? It's just, I should learn how to bottle those emotions and just let it go. But of course, when you're playing football, it's our only release sometimes. So, but I mean, again, as a grown ass man, I'm still learning to kind of pack certain emotions away. But also as well, when you kind of have that team ethos and that team connection where like you think people like, and I'll be absolutely honest, like, you two and probably some other teams that think that Catford don't deserve to be in Division 1, or sorry, in the Premier League, that will spur me on even more. That kind of gives me that extra 2, 3, 4% to prove everyone wrong. So, you can use what people say in a way that's going to be beneficial for yourself and also for your team. But again, exactly what you said, Hubs, we are playing football for 90 minutes, 120 minutes. You don't want to burn any bridges with people that you've known for like years because of a football game. It's kind of not worth it, is it?
What is it? And I think you've mentioned before, people. One thing we all say we love about football is opinions, isn't it? Everyone has an opinion. Doesn't mean we're right or wrong. We're going to sit here and have discussions. We're going to talk about things, teams, leagues, whatever. Our opinions doesn't obviously define us as people all the time, but also it doesn't always mean that we're right. It's just what we generally think. So if in life in general, if we're always going to take everything that someone says to heart, then we're going to be arguing and battling every minute.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes we just have to nod. Okay, cool. Get on with it. Don't burn the bridges, and then we're done. Yeah. But I learned that later on in life. When I was younger, I couldn't hold. When I played when I was younger, I bottled it all up, and I found it hard to play and do stuff because it would be jarring my mind and it'd affect me. where like as years have gone on and I've got older, I've learned to just play freely and just not let things bother me, because otherwise I'd struggle to play football. So yeah, I've learned that way, and that's why we had that conversation and explained, like, come on, man, like, can't always keep it and go like hold it against anyone. Just get on with it.
Yeah, facts. And we're going to go on to the next topic. We're going to go on to social media. I would love to get everyone's opinion about social media bias. And what I mean by that, do you think that, we can talk about, open age teams, we can talk about vets. If a team has a social media platform, let's say, TikTok or Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is, and if they're active on whatever platforms and, they're putting out content and they're engaging with like other people, do you think we automatically think that this team is possibly like the best team around because they are so active on social media? Because again, that's literally where we get, I'd say, most of our information from.
Do you want to start, Gary? Or
no, you can go for it, Chris. You can go for it. I'll go for it if you want. I mean, all right, let me go. Come on, man. He want me to go for it. I mean, look, for me, being biased, it can influence unnecessary actions. But then on the other hand, it can bring people into a collective conversation when defending harmful actions. Yeah? So I'm going to leave it like that and pass to my good friend, the wizard, now.
Short and sweet. I love it.
That was nice. No, short and sweet. Good thinking. Obviously, everyone knows I played for a team that used YouTube. So, played for the Wall. So I kind of know the good, the bad, and the ugly regarding what it's like being a social media presence. And it can go two ways. Like, sometimes you can have a negativity about it. So like things can happen which doesn't always justify you as a club, or doesn't justify the people that run the club, as in like being negative people. But then that could go against you because it's out there on social media. And you remember, once it's the net, it's there for life. So that can obviously be a negative, where people might not want you to play at their grounds. People might not want to play you due to certain things that they've seen or heard or whatever like that. So it all depends on what the situation is. As you know, there was an incident with the Wall years ago, and being on social media and everyone seeing it kind of went against us, because we had we had very positive people coming up with reactions from it, and we had some negative reactions from it. So, but it's the part and parcel of what you go on social media for. And I think with the positive side of it is that you're able to show the ability of what you have within your club, and obviously you're able to shine the light on certain people that don't always get that limelight, like players that play and who are in front of the camera all the time. Where I say where, because obviously that was me. We're the ones who do get spoke about. We're the ones who do get the limelight and people speaking and praising us, and always we're getting like the big ups and stuff like that. But then there's other people that run it behind the scene. Like, how many people do you know that are running the cameras, going doing the edits, getting the kit done for you, doing all this stuff and all that. Like, they're being able to shine the light on them at times. That's a positive. But then again, I feel it could be a negative in a way as well, because people then kind of, not always, they get kind of way of sussing you out as a team. So like, if you play a certain ways, this is the wonderful thing about being a coach. You have to be able to adapt and adjust your team so people don't always suss you out. But some people could watch it and be like, oh, we know how to beat them now and stuff like that. But then if you look at the Dons, look what they've done, as in being a social media presence. They've got positive and negative against them, but a lot of it is positive. Mm-hmm. And I think social media presence online is a good thing, because then there's people that are trying to make it into footballers, like younger people in open age that are still trying to make it, being able to have them clips and people watch it and stuff like that. Like a lot of them are making show reels and they're putting it on social medias or YouTubes. So I think it can go either way, if I'm honest. And again, it just depends on, again, as we said, opinions, isn't it? It all goes down to people's opinions and how people portray it. Some people can portray it as, oh, I really like them because what they're doing is really well. And then some other people can look in and go, oh, I don't like that. They're being very cocky or they're being very showing off and all that, when it's not the case. You have to be a presence on social media and on YouTube. We have to entertain for people to watch it. So it can come across wrong sometimes, but you have to do that to get people gripped. You know what I mean? It goes with everything. So,
a question to both of you: who's the best vets team that's putting out social media content at this present moment in time?
SE Dons.
No, vets.
Oh, vets. Bloody hell. I don't think I know many vets.
it depends. It depends on what you mean, though. Like, as in, like, is it all going on YouTube, or are you just seeing like short clips on Instagram and stuff like that?
It's literally whatever. It's like whatever you
No,
feel. I mean, literally, I know mine.
Summers are doing quite well. I think what I've seen of Summers, they're getting. Yeah. I've seen a couple of their videos. They seem to be they're doing quite a good job, and they're filming quite a lot of their games and stuff like that. Do you know what? In all fairness, I think LSU have upped their game a little bit with, especially on social media. Especially while I was there, I know that Lloydie and that do a lot of time trying to edit and ensure that things are able to go out. So it's obviously showing how good LSU want to be and how good they can be. So I know LSU are starting to get a little bit better with it. They're the only two. I know doing a little bit.
Independent as well. Independent do a bit as well. They normally film quite a number of their games and things like that as well.
Who do you think it is, T?
So yeah. So I would definitely say LSU Busters, Summers. I think they are in front. I've got to shout out Hollington and Kamazi. They like put out a lot of stuff on Instagram, and again, Kamazi especially are very consistent with literally a lot of their stuff. There's a new team that was in Division 2. Is it Bromlians Vets? It's a kind of new team anyway. They've been messaging me recently, actually. Literally, I'm going to be checking out a lot of stuff that they're like doing. I've probably butchered your name, so literally, apologies. But for me, it's really important that teams literally have some sort of digital footprint, because no matter what you think, the next wave of 35, 36-year-olds are going to be glued to their phones or to their tablets, and they want to know what you're about, and if you don't have some sort of social media presence, you will be left behind. No matter what you think, you will be left behind as a club. But no, I think now it's not really a taboo subject. I vividly remember when I was playing for Peckham Town, I literally had my phone and my selfie stick, and I was recording myself talking, and I could see that the men looking at me thinking, like, what's this guy doing?
I remember seeing you doing that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But literally, I knew the power of recording and literally archiving your journey. And literally, I've been doing it for years. And now people are very comfortable taking selfies, doing videos in the changing room, people dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's the norm. So it's a good thing, honestly. It's a good thing, and I think a lot more teams should be should be really looking at certain ways where they are not just engaging with their club, but also their community. Like with Catford, you got, like I'd say like the Catford Sports Centre, but close to Catford, you have Beckenham. Like imagine if Catford go out and actually engage with people within like the Beckenham area. Imagine LSU engaging with people around their area as well. That's kind of how you not only bring players to your club, but that's how you bring supporters and also businesses. They kind of want to be included in your journey. And sometimes people kind of lose a trick and literally think it's all about ego and bravado. It's like, no, like you are actually building a community, which is like the biggest thing when it kind of comes to vets and literally men of a certain age. We do lose a lot of our friends, and our circle gets smaller. Also, our circle gets tighter. So it's really important to kind of really focus on not only yourself within Vets football, but what's going to happen within Vets in the next 2, 3, 4 years. Will your club still be around in those years to come? And literally, what footprint are you leaving for the next generation?
So what are you trying to say, that if some teams don't go into social media, that they're not going to be able to progress within this Vets football?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because like with Dynamo and like with some new teams, they like form these teams because of friendships.
Right.
After a while, those friendships and those people get older. You can't attract the same caliber of players that are going to be quick, strong, whatnot, because everyone will literally grow up together. Exactly what I said in terms of having a second team and a third team. The moment you start recruiting outside of your friendship circle, outside of your network, that's when you create a legacy club. And again, that's the reason why the Dons have survived, because now a lot of the Dons players have no kind of, I'd say, bloodline to like Don Strapsy, to Big G, to Ryan Palmer. These are players that have seen the Dons play through like social media, that literally want to be part of their journey. Hence the reason why they've lasted up for over 10 years.
Okay. But when we look at LSU have got multiple teams, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, and if we took away the social media, they're still going to have multiple teams.
Yeah, definitely.
So they're going to be able to feed through their teams if they wanted to. I'm not saying they're all going to, but they could possibly feed through their teams in that way, whether they have social media or not. So I get your point, but I agree to an extent, exactly what you're talking about. But I also believe that you can still attract people either way anyway, whether they're within your circle or whether they see it on social media. I still think you can attract people either way. Before social media, and I think I mentioned this before social media happened, or before social media become so big, yeah? Did people know about LSU? I'm going to continue LSU. Did people know about LSU?
Yes.
What did they know about LSU?
They like knew about Lodi, they like knew about Cass, they like knew about their players.
Okay. And that attract people?
Yeah, yes, definitely.
There you go. So I get it, but to an extent, social media is evolving, and it is evolving people and their teams and stuff like that. But I don't think it's my opinion, I don't think it's the be and end all of a team. I just don't think, because I think you got people like there might be teams in them leagues below, like Bowden Sports. I know for a fact that they've got multiple teams, but they're not a massive. I don't see their presence on social media and that a lot. Are they going to crumble?
They won't crumble, but they'll be a lot stronger with a social media presence.
I get that, but then not always, because if you're a football person and you're in and around football anyway, you'll know someone. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a social media presence. if you're a football person, you're in and around football, and you know people that know football as well, or people that are in and around football, you're always able to get players in. So that's why I agree to an extent.
But
remember, football's a big area, as in there's a big space. So you can bump into. I know a lot of people via football. A lot of people via football. So you can still draw people in that way.
Gary, what do you think, Gary?
He summed it up. I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to say to ruin that. He's highlighted so many things there that I feel it's just best to leave it like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm sure that we'll be talking about teams folding, teams dropping points, teams going up, etc. throughout the whole season. Gary, I want to kind of thank you for your time. The Wizard as well. I want to thank you for your time. And
you're welcome.
Yeah,
we always welcome, man. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. We will be back next week, Sunday. Actually, before we go, Gary, do you have any friendlies with Santos?
I think Santos is playing your outfit.
But by the time this goes out, then we would have played that game.
I suppose I'm not too sure. I don't know. I'm not really too sure. I just know about the Catford game, and even if I did know what games they were playing, I'm not going to tell you.
You know what? I am going to predict a 2-2 Santos Catford game.
And you ain't going to last 90 minutes. That's what I'm predicting with Chris right now. Chris, he doesn't last 90 minutes.
I don't think so. He didn't last week, so.
He's not lasting 90 minutes. And then he's going to come with another excuse. Oh, yeah. These goals were like rugby goals. Yeah. There were too many bumps.
The pitch was too flat.
You know what I mean?
I had too much grass on it. I was doing.
My studs were too long.
Yeah. I didn't cream my knees.
Wizard, have what's your next game?
My next game? Ooh. Did I tell you? Well, I've left LSU now, so I've joined back with Holland. So
hey, that's a secret. Yeah. You kept that one quiet.
Yeah, so I thought my time was up with LSU. You know, I've been there a few years. You know, I've won the league and stuff with them. Listen, as I explained to Lloyd and all the boys in the group, like I hold them all in high regards, man. Like that's their family. Like, and I don't say that lightly. Like they're all great people, and you know, even though I felt like the time was right, it was very hard to leave. You know, I didn't do it off a whim. It was literally like thought about it, and I held off on messaging like Lloyd in the group and stuff, and then I was just like, you know what, it needs to be done. So I did it. Obviously, they're aware now that I'm leaving. I've gone and joined back with Holland, so looking forward to seeing how the season goes with them. So they're meant to have AFC Greenwich on the weekend, so hopefully I can be available for that one, take part in that game. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the season ahead. I wish nothing but the best to LSU. I hope they continue their great form, you know, and you know, even push for the league again and possibly move on and go on a step further and win the London Cup. You know, like even though I'm going to be playing for Holland and taking part in, you know, battling with them, I still hope that they do big things and continue to shine, man, because they're like I said, that's family right there, and I want nothing but the best for them guys.
I hope you think like that when one of them kicks you. You know what I mean? Taking one for the win, Doyley or something.
That's football, man. That's football.
Doyley's got something for you.
I know. But listen, when I walk on that pitch, like we always say, innit, like The moment you walk over that line, you're not my friend until after the game, innit?
Yeah.
I want to win the game. So once the game's done, then we're friends again. So if I play against them, I'm going out to win. So, and then after we shake hands, have a drink in the bar, we're all good friends again. Simple as that. I expect to be kicked. If I don't get kicked, I'll be thinking, why not? But I expect to be kicked, and I expect to be let myself know that I'm in a game. That's football, isn't it?
I got a question for you, Chris. Why did you feel that you didn't want to step out of your comfort zone? Because you've gone back to the team that you know.
It's not necessarily a team I know though.
But it's Hollanton though. You know the set.
It's still Hollanton, but it's a different Hollanton. It's not the Hollanton that I was with when I was there years ago. It's different players. It's different people that run it now. It's not the same. So if I wanted to stay in my comfort zone, I would have stayed at LSU. So because you got to look at it like this, right? I get your point, but I'm coming out of my comfort zone because I'm stepping away from the winners to now go in, play for a team that are going to be challenging to beat them. So technically, I've come out of my comfort zone to now go into a challenge when you actually look at it like that. Because I could have stayed with LSU knowing that I was a champion, knowing that people have to come and beat us to take us off the top. But I've not done that. I've now gone to a team where I'm now going to be challenging against them to knock them off the top. That's not comfort. That's pressure.
So what's the biggest difference between the Hollanton that you used to play for to the Hollanton now?
I think the way that it's slightly run, I feel like it's run a bit more serious now. And this is no disrespect against the Hollanton that was run before. I just feel like there's when you're talking to people and stuff like that, everyone's on it. Football, want to win, whatever. Not that no one wanted to win, but I mean, as in, I just didn't feel like it was the same as now.
Okay. Simple as short and sweet. Gary Hubs, thank you so much for joining, and again, I'm looking forward to other very fruitful conversations, because I'm sure that you guys are going to put me on the back foot soon. So I'm ready.
You're on the back foot.
You're on the back foot already, bro. That's why he's coming off after 60 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Put you on the back foot. even able to step on your back foot.
That's what you're doing. You're just setting up yourself. Me and the Wizard, we're going to have a great time.
Listen, all I'm going to say is you better hope that you guys don't get a slapping. Because
I love it.
If I look at that league table and they say you took them 5, oh my God. Let me know about it. And
my man, you know what I mean? The best centre half in grassroots football should be taking a 5.
I'm telling you now, if I look at that league table and it says that you've taken 5 and you was in the back line.
Okay. All right. Okay. Listen.
It could be even worse. It could be 6, which is, you know what I mean, in dominoes, straight to 6. Straight to 6 dominoes.
As I've said before, Catford will not get relegated. So
he didn't say
you didn't say you ain't going to take. You didn't say you ain't going to take 5 goals.
I was just about to say that. You know, he said they're not going to take 5 goals. We're not getting relegated.
Wow.
Catford will not be relegated. You know what? We could win by 3 or 4. We could lose by 3 or 4, but Catford will not get relegated.
Okay, I look forward to it.
Cool. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week, Sunday.